We wanted to find out how aware people are of their environment and how education has played a role in their knowledge. To do this, we posed a series of questions to 6 different people. We asked them if they considered themselves environmentally aware, if they considered their community environmentally aware, what kinds of things they do to be environmentally aware, where they learn to do these things, and what sustainability meant to them.
What do you know about sustainability?
Me? I don't know.
Follow me.
Hi, my name is Nancy McKeown, and I go to Timberlane Middle School, and I'm 11 years old, and I'm ready to answer some questions.
Good. Do you consider yourself a environmentally conscious person?
Yeah, I guess, because I recycle, and I don't like burn down forests or anything like that.
Okay. Do you make sure to turn off the sink when you're brushing your teeth? Do you make sure to turn off the light when you leave a room? And do you think these are important behaviors to have?
Yeah, I try to turn off the sink. Sometimes I forget to turn off the light. And I think it's pretty important to do this because, every little thing helps the big.
Okay. Why is it important?
What do you mean?
I mean, like, why is it important? Like, why does it really matter that you turn off the light? Like, who really notices?
The earth, because you don't want to waste the water, and we want to preserve all the energy.
Okay, so preservation is important. Mm-hmm. Do you think your friends within this community also behave in this way, and do they practice environmentally conscious behaviors?
Yeah, because when you go to the supermarket, a lot of people that have those reusable bags, and so that helps for the people not to hand out the plastic bags, and so there's not as much plastic in landfills.
Okay, that kind of ties into the area of sustainability. What is sustainability to you?
It's like when to help the world and if it would stay good in say 500 years from now.
Okay. Why is it important?
So because we want to be able to live on the earth, because if it's overpolluted, it'll be kind of hard too. We'll be like on that movie WALL-E for a while, going in space.
Okay. Do you think education plays a role in how someone grows up to be a more environmentally conscious person and practice sustainability?
Yeah, because at the school, I'm in an environmental club, and that teaches you to be all environmental good, and we have this thing called TerraCycle, and that's where we take Capri Sun pouches and we put them in this special bucket, and then we package them off the TerraCycle, and then they make out those little pouches.
Okay, so it's recycling.
Yeah.
Capri Sun pouches.
Yeah.
Does your family encourage any environmentally conscious behaviors or practice sustainability?
Yeah, because my mom gets mad when I don't turn off the lights or I leave the faucet on.
Okay. So do you think if your mom wasn't there to tell you to turn off these lights and to turn off the faucet, do you think you would do it anyway?
Yeah, I would try to. I might forget every so often, but
Okay. What changes would you like to see either in your family, at school, or in the community that would, encourage behavior to maintain sustainability?
I would like more awareness of the whole thing, and I want people to not throw out the trash while they're driving on the road or anything.
Okay, and how do you think we can do this? How do you think we can bring about awareness?
Maybe we could put big billboards or stuff like that, or maybe we could get little rewards for recycling.
Okay. Can you think of any examples of rewards?
Maybe when...
I suppose going back to the reusable bag at the supermarket, you get a discount for using the bags instead of using the plastic bags, and that's a reward system. Do you think of any other way? Do you think there are any other ways you can apply a reward for other aspects of the community?
Maybe you could get some money when you recycle something in a public place.
Okay.
Get a restaurant or something.
Okay. Well, thank you. Those were all the questions.
Yeah.
And thank you for the interview.
You're welcome.
Okay, my name is Katherine Wilkinson. I am a junior at Rutgers, and my major is evolutionary anthropology. And I'm pumped to answer some questions.
Awesome. Do you consider yourself environmentally conscious?
Not really. I'm aware that I'm going against what's good environmental behavior, but I'm just too lazy to care.
So what are some examples of that?
I'm pretty good about turning off my lights, but I'm not good about recycling because I just get too lazy to clean my room, and then I'm wasteful with gas and stuff.
Is it because it's just difficult to recycle in your dorm room, or are there
No,
specific
it's
reasons?
easy. They give us a bucket and everything labeled aluminum and glass and metals, and then a paper, and then a trash can. It's just my room's so messy that I hate cleaning it, and so I just kind of throw it all in one thing.
Valid reason. Do you consider the community that you're living in, New Brunswick, as a environmentally conscious area?
Okay, because I work in the professor's office, and they waste paper like no other. They don't recycle the paper. They, in the offices, they don't have recycling, and they really should, because they'll print out paper for stupid reasons. And then the buildings at night, they leave the lights on. It's just unnecessary stuff like that.
Okay. Do you think there are ways that you can change your professor's mind and possibly practice more environmentally conscious behavior, such as recycling, maybe not producing as much paper?
He's really old, so he wouldn't
So you
want
won't change his ways?
Yeah.
I know I am.
Do you consider yourself environmentally aware?
I would say. I would like to say. I would like to think I am.
Do you think your community is environmentally aware?
To some extent, there's some. I live on campus here, and there's some recycling, but I don't think to the extent that we're really being sustainable.
Why do you think they don't really?
Okay. Do you consider yourself environmentally aware?
I would consider myself environmentally aware.
Why?
Because I went to college and we learned a lot about how global warming is affecting everything and how there's different controversies about what's causing global warming, and I try to really pay attention to what my carbon imprint is and my carbon footprint nowadays.
Do you think your community is environmentally aware?
Absolutely not. All the time people are just throwing out things when they could recycle. There's so many small things that we could use to do small changes that no one's willing to try. They'd rather take the easy way out than do something that, because a lot of people are saying, oh, we're not causing global warming and we're not affecting the environment, and they just want the easy way out, rather than saying, you know what, even if we're not affecting it right now, what if we keep up 50 years from now, 100 years from now, and it's even worse? So why not try something to help the environment just for the better good?
Where did you learn to incorporate environmental stuff into your life?
I learned most of the things that I learned about everything from college, just from my different courses, teaching, saying, reuse paper. And
Okay. Did any family members teach you anything about the environment?
When I was growing up, we just learned the usual stuff to recycle, like plastics and glass and aluminum and paper. So we were really big into that. And even being involved with Girl Scouts, we would do a trip to like the recycling facility. But it was never very much into like learning about a carbon footprint or anything like that. It was just more along like Arbor Day, clean up the earth type deal.
And what does environmental sustainability mean to you?
Sustainability is where we create a life, because right now we have a very good life. Unless you live in New York City, you're breathing pretty clean air, and we want to maintain that to keep it for our children and our children's children, and even 10, 20 generations from now, because the rate that we're going, there's not going to be anything left. There won't be trees left or even clean water, clean oceans. And it's just important that we create a life that's worth living for the people in the future, even though we won't be around.
Okay, thank you.
Ready? Anytime. Okay. Would you mind introducing yourself to us?
I'm George Clark. I'm in the Department of Human Ecology at Rutgers University.
Do you consider yourself to be environmentally conscious?
I certainly try to be. My level of environmental consciousness has risen over the years, and I'm still learning more.
Do you think, were you raised with strong roots in environmental consciousness, or did you kind of develop it through your education, through school?
I think there were a lot of influences on my life. My parents, to some extent, who were not particularly materialistic and imparted that to me. They weren't terribly interested in having things for the most part. There wasn't much about environmentalism taught in school until I reached the level of college, and then I was at Rutgers as an undergraduate in the late 1960s when a lot of environmental issues came to the fore. Population issue for one, and I became very interested in that, and from there read a lot on my own. And then when I came back to Rutgers as a graduate student, I was in a specialty that included environmentalism and learned a lot more there, and I continue to learn through teaching.
Do you incorporate environmental education into your teaching?
It's an integral part of all the courses I teach, particularly the Introduction to Human Ecology course that I'm best known for, but certainly also my population course and another course I teach called Communities and Environmental Change. And I think over the years I've more consciously tried to incorporate that into everything I teach.
What is sustainability to you?
Sustainability to me is the ability to continue to produce the necessities of life on an ongoing basis without undermining that ability for future generations.
And do you feel that New Brunswick or Rutgers as a whole is environmentally conscious?
I think they're both environmentally conscious to some degree, but I think there's a ways to go, both at the university and in the community. And I think there are people here at the university in particular who are working on that, but as always, it's an uphill battle to change people's behaviors and attitudes and beliefs.